We're going to talk about the 3 C's of social media marketing. Hi, this is Brian Icenhower, and today we're going to talk about Instagram marketing for real estate agents. What we're going to talk about today also applies to Facebook in a lot of ways as well too. In particular, we're going to talk about marketing on your Instagram and Facebook business pages. Now, we've talked a lot about your personal pages and whether it be Instagram or Facebook or social media, and how our goal typically is to interact and listen to people that we're connected to on these social media platforms and engage with them and their posts more. That's where our emphasis is. Of course, we want to be posting, but really where a lot of business generation and rapport building and relationship growing comes from is engaging with other people's posts. And we have systems for that, as we've talked about many times. But now we're going to switch gears here. We're going to talk about your business pages, your business page on Facebook and your business page on Instagram. And we often refer to this as the modern day website, right? Because 10 years ago, we'd talk about the importance of having a website, and if you wanted to check out a real estate agent, you would actually, Google them. But nowadays, if you Google a person, you're not guaranteed to get their website. And quite often, it's very difficult to find what you're looking for when you Google someone, because so much comes up. You're checking their criminal records, their LinkedIn profile. You've got all these different, anything else about them that pops up. So most people, when they're checking out a person, they actually go to Facebook or Instagram and check out their page, because now we can see all these photos of them and get a really good feel for who they are. So nowadays, we can treat your business page and your Instagram or Facebook as kind of like a website. So if you don't want people to see something about you or something you're doing, don't put it there, because oftentimes people go there and treat that like a website before they end up working with you. With that said, we're going to talk about what top producing agents and teams do to market effectively through their Instagram and Facebook pages. As you know, at Icenhower Coaching and Consulting, we represent many of the highest producing real estate teams and brokerages and luxury agents across the country. And in doing so, we teach a system that helps them stay first of mind with the people in their spheres of influence that use them and refer their services to their friends as well too. So we do that by staying first of mind and developing a mind share. So we always want to be putting out different types of content. So creating content is so crucial, and then being consistent with it and kind of creating a cadence with it, and in a way make it look so that it all kind of conforms in an impressive way, so that it looks planned and themed. And so we wrap all of those ideas into what I call the 3 C's of social media marketing. And we teach this widely at ICC to all of our clients. And those 3 C's are cadence, consistency, and conforming. Cadence, consistency, and conforming, okay? And I'm going to show you here in a little bit about some examples of some of our clients as to what they do and how they practice these 3 C's. And I'll show you some examples of some of them that aren't too. I'll call them out publicly. But with regards to cadence, okay, our first C, cadence, that means we have a certain system where we actually rotate the same post, almost like a formula. Because if you are a high producing agent, or in any way else that you're busy with life or whatever, we don't always want to be thinking about what to post next. We want to create a cadence. So what we might see, so some of our clients have, just listed Mondays and testimonial Tuesdays, and open houses are always on Fridays, so that we kind of have a little bit of a rhythm that we follow, or a cadence, right? And then we always try to rotate what I call rotating properties and people, right? So properties are things like just listed posts, open house posts, sale pending posts, photos of the property that you're marketing. So now we're showing how we market property. We're evidencing our success and ability to market property effectively. But we don't want to do that all the time, or it just gets boring. We just keep seeing houses all the time. And really, people are connected to you. They want to see you. That's why we have to mix in people. So it's property, then people, then back to property. And people might be photos of you, the agent, photos of members of your real estate team, or a client testimonial, or a photo of happy clients in front of a house or at a closing table, inspirational quotes, things like that. That's people. So we go from people back to property, and we kind of jump back and forth to create a little bit of a rhythm or a cadence, right? So we always have content. We're always looking for content so we can keep that cadence up, right? Next up is consistency. Consistency. So what we want to do is we don't want to go away from it for a while and come back from it like so many of us do on our personal pages, right? We have to be consistent. If we're, either do it 3 times a week or every single day during the week, something like that. And most of our top clients do it every single day, Monday through Friday. They try to maximize that. So we're kind of slowly dripping on all the people that follow us, creating that mind share where we just get more and more familiar, more and more comfortable, kind of like Budweiser commercials during the Super Bowl and during sporting events. It just says Bud Light, and there's all these, after a while, there's just so much of it, so much marketing over and over again that it just earns mind share. Sometimes we're just mindly letting it kind of sneak into our brain over time. And it starts to become what we associate with, America's sports and America. It becomes comfortable to us. It's what we'd expect to see when we're at sporting events and things like that. Same thing with this, we're gonna be what they expect to think of when they think of real estate in their local community. Because over time we're dripping on them, and it's in a way that's impressive, it's professional, it does vary, and that's our cadence, right? We're gonna diversify what we're posting, and it's always gonna be there. It's gonna be consistent, constantly working on our mind share, gaining more of that market share inside of our brain, right? And it's gonna look good too, because it's gonna be our third C, which is conforming, which means we're gonna use a theme, right? Because remember, people hire us to market, right? That's what they do. They're not hiring real estate agents for the purposes of what we think, which is good counseling and good communication. Those are things they expect at an absolute minimum, right? They expect everyone to have that. Now, I know they all don't, but as far as the public knows, that's something they expect as minimum. They're hiring us, especially when it comes to listing their home, to market their home, to get it the most exposure, to get the most offers, to get the highest price, to get them the most seller proceeds, money in their pocket. And that all starts with exposure and marketing. So we want to show how we market. We need our page to look good because they want their home to look good. If our page looks junky, they think that their home's going to look junky, right? We want our sign to look good in their yard, and we want them to be impressed, to be included in the portfolio of homes that we market for sale. And to do that, we have to be classy, which means we want to use similar fonts on all our posts. Our logo needs to look good. It needs to be, it needs to be see-through. It can't be one of those like white squares on a blue background. It needs to be a transparent GIF there, right? So, and we need to have a theme where we see that logo everywhere to show that all these posts are us, even if otherwise they wouldn't be without the logo there. There's some photos of houses that, we put our logo, like a watermark on these houses. We're gonna use a similar theme of colors and similar fonts, right? We're gonna use a mixture of fonts that we're not gonna mix it up between Time Roman and Arial and just whatever looks good with each individual post. Because oftentimes people will go check you out. Remember, this is your website, and kind of see how you do and look at your entire Instagram page or scroll down through all your Facebook posts and see how you present yourself and your marketing if they believe that your job is to market their home and get the most exposure possible, which of course we know they do all too well, okay? So that's the 3 C's, right? Cadence, consistency, and conformity.